What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today we're going to take a look at the Nightfall, the Archon Priest Nightfall that's been brought into the Taken King with the April update and Takenified. So we're going to show you what loot I ended up getting on all three of my characters and just talk about it just a little bit. If you enjoy this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. So whenever I was reading about the Nightfall, as far as what modifiers it had and what the actual strike was, I thought that this thing was going to be a real pain in the butt. And quite honestly, in our first run, by the time we got to that middle room, that big middle room that we happened to skip luckily last time, well, that was probably the trickiest part of this entire battle. I really thought that this final boss fight was going to be a pain in the butt because it's Void Burn. And Void Burn is just really bad for you because there are a lot of enemies that are shooting off void attacks. And those Axion darts are a complete monster. You have to pay attention to those and absolutely destroy them before you get yourself and your team wiped. As far as taking advantage of the Void Burn, I ended up using a sniper rifle mainly for the boss, and I think that's probably your best bet. I was really debating whether or not to use the Telesto, but the sniper rifle deals out so much damage to the boss and it can stagger him that I really do kind of feel like that might be your best option. I think running in with the sniper rifle is a good idea. Now I had on my Dark Drinker because I knew that there were going to be some moments in this strike where there was going to be an enemy that was really up close and personal and I was just going to need to take him out immediately. So that's the main reason why I had that. I didn't use the sword a ton. I didn't use it at all pretty much in the other portions of the strike, but right here, it did make some useful appearances. Maybe a Void rocket launcher would be a really good idea. A Void machine gun is okay, except for the fact that getting out that burst damage really quickly if you've got an enemy target that you need to take down immediately, that Void rocket launcher might be your better bet. Just my opinion, because whenever you've got those shielded enemies that are in here, that are shooting off the Axion darts, you need to get those down or you're probably going to wipe. And you can see right here, this is why it's probably a good idea to have a Void sniper rifle. Whenever he goes back to either up on that rampway to the cave, or whenever he sits back in the cave, it's just going to make your life easier to be able to get off some big damage on the boss. Now as you can tell, I'm actually running my Void Walker because, again, it is a Void Burn. But as far as the other modifiers go, you've also got Grounded, so if you're jumping in the air, you're going to take significant damage. If you jump in the air and get hit by a Void sniper shot, forget it, you're completely dead. And it's also got Trickle on, and Trickle is probably the other thing that is the biggest pain in the butt in this Nightfall, because your abilities are going to recharge so incredibly slow. I've got that awesome Void Walker grenade spamming set on, and even whenever I kill an enemy with a grenade, I get maybe a quarter of my grenade back. It's absolutely terrible. Trickle hurts you so bad in this strike. So if you happen to be running with somebody that's on a Defender Titan, which a Defender Titan is a very, very good idea, have that Defender Titan have the perk where whenever their bubble's getting shot, it can generate an additional 3 orbs. That's really going to help you out. It's going to help you to build up your supers extremely quickly. All it's going to take is one blinding bubble from the boss here, and that's going to generate those extra 3 orbs immediately for you. And you can see right here we've got Axion darts. And instead of putting out the damage on the enemy, I'm trying to get as far away and give myself as much room as possible to be able to see those darts, because you and I both know those things like to skip all over the place and they are very difficult to track down whenever they're zipping around. Like this one is right in my face and unfortunately I was unable to get it. I'm very, very lucky that I was able to survive. My first instinct was that I was trying to get rid of some of those snipers all the way in the back, but now I'm playing it safe and I'm back here in this beginning area. Now be very careful if you're standing here, because if you happen to face off against some enemies that are making other enemies invincible, you're going to be in for a bad time. Because you're going to be down here on the ground, you're going to be facing enemies and trying to shoot them, and they're going to be invincible, meaning that you're going to be taking damage from a whole bunch of enemies at once. And if you try to jump away up here like where I'm at to safe, if those enemies are already shooting at you and targeting you, whenever you're jumping in the air, you're going to take significant damage and you're probably going to die. So just pay really, really close attention to your surroundings. You don't want to get yourself into a situation where you're completely cornered and no matter what you do, you're going to die. That definitely happened to me in one of our runs. I was stuck in that spot. There were 2 or 3 enemies with 1 or 2 of them invincible. If I jumped in the air, I was dead. If I stayed on the ground and shot, I was dead. I had absolutely nowhere to go. And you can see right here, just a couple more shots with that sniper rifle and he goes down. Now what I was looking for was 1, any 3 of coin drops that I could get, or 2, the strike specific shotgun that he has. If you can get that shotgun with full auto, some nice stability, that can be a nice PvE shotgun. Not really a shotgun for PvP, but definitely a fun one to run around with in PvE. I did not get one. I didn't get one in the last time it was a strike, and I definitely didn't get one this time. So that Archon Priest seems to be a little bit stingy as a Taken counterpart. He definitely didn't drop one for us. In fact, in all of our runs, all 9 of our chances to get that shotgun this week, we didn't get one at all. The last time it came around, it only dropped once. So it seems to be difficult to get, at least as far as my experiences go. As far as the Warlock, the big time Nightfall rewards, we got 20 strange coins. But Devil Dog did get an armamentarium, and that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it did not come at 335 light for him, so that's a little bit of a troll. But 20 strange coins on my Warlock, that's what our starting base is going to be. Moving on to the Hunter for our second run, we end up getting ourselves some gear, some purple gear. Some 330 purple gear. So I got some gloves that are just completely useless. Devil got 19 strange coins, and we got an answering cord. So the Nightfall, those bars are really low. They are set really low. Finally, for our last character, for the Titan, can we get anything better at all? We absolutely cannot. Raph got himself some feedback fences at 335. I got an answering cord, and Devil Dog got some boots. So yet again, another very disappointing Nightfall for me. Again, why do I keep doing these Nightfalls again? I've got one decent week of drops since the April update came out. Everything else has been really terrible. Please tell me that you got something much, much better from the Nightfall. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Nightfall, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Nightfall's next week. Yay or nay?